This was taken entirely to collect signatures to cancel the results of voting on amendments to the Russian constitution in Moscow. It was the first mass rally in Moscow during restrictions of the pandemic. Many people came despite the fear of contracting the coronavirus. I worried about being in the crowd of being infected by the virus. I also thought that due to the lockdown, a large amount of protest energy would be realized as I was in the USA, as it was in the USA during BLM wave. None of my expectations were fulfilled.
Mikhail thought that it is important to shoot at those, make big photos during those protests, because he closely follows all political protests in the country, and is one of his main professional interests as a journalist, as a photojournalist. And during that time in Russia, we closely followed also the protests in the USA, so the BLM protests, because they were so huge, and they happened during the pandemic. And we were interested whether something like this could happen in Russia, well, about our problems. And something happened, but it didn't turn out to be a turning point. It didn't turned out to be something huge, but still it was interesting to follow. And when Mikhail took this picture, he thought that it is a rare opportunity to capture all the event as a whole in one shot, to capture all the acting parties, all the people participating in it, and to make evident the place where it is going on, because it's quite a famous Russian Moscow spot. You can see it's a famous Moscow perspective, and you can see a monastery at the background. It is called the Petrovsky Monastery, and the street where this shot was took called Petrovka Street. And actually, this shot is in continuous with the first one, with the police truck, because it's the same event. And so we can see how this situation developed, because when protesters moved from the square, they went down the streets, and they kind of chaotically and uncontrolled, they moved towards Kremlin, and they were stopped by police. And police started to arresting people and putting them into the police trucks. And so it's kind of a moment there the protesters were stopped. And so, as Mikhail says, it was very important for him to capture the whole event, to make an image which could represent everything that happened that day.
All right, I hope you enjoyed that last episode and learned something new. Don't forget to tune in to the next episode to see what other crazy, incredible, creative, and empowering lessons you can learn from the photos in this book.